Welcome, beautiful yogis. My name is Theodora and this is my channel, Yoga with Theodora. Today we are going to focus on a spring-like flow to help balance out our minds, our bodies, and our energies to help bring in the energy of spring, which is a little bit more action, like you spring into energy. It's a bit of a season of transition and change. So we're going to have some stillness. There's going to be some twists to support the liver and the gallbladder. And there's going to be some affirmations at the end. Okay, let's begin. In child's pose. Now, throughout the practice, as always, if you need to modify and rest at any time, please listen to your body. Okay, so coming into your child's pose, ground your head, relax your arms and your shoulders, and then connect with your breath. Take the knees a little bit wider and allow those hips to sink back. So take a few moments here to ground yourself, not only for your practice, but as we are focusing on the spring, you want to create some stillness so that you can move from an anchored place. Deep inhale, nice slow exhale. Take one more breath and release it out. Roll up onto all fours and let's go into cat-cows next. Inhale, chin to ceiling, chin to chest. So breathe, lifting, lengthening. Try to stretch the chin upwards. Try to look a little further down the top. Breathe. That's it. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's do one more round. Maybe make the range a little bit bigger. And rounding. Good. Okay, come into a kneeling position. We're going to do some spinal twists. So if this affects your knees, feel free to come into a seated position. So legs crossed. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. As you exhale, opposite hand, opposite thigh, fingertips at the back, lifting tall as you inhale, twist, look over the back shoulder as you exhale. So we want to focus on the belly, massaging here. 2 more breaths. Inhale, reach it back up to center. And exhale, twist the other side. Try to look as far around, stretching not only your eyes, but also the neck and through the upper spine. Take one more breath. Inhale, reach it back up. Keep your arms to the sky. Exhale, reach over to one side. Press the hips out to the side. Drop the shoulder, lower the gaze so the neck stays in line with your spine. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, back to center. Good. Reach it up. Exhale, press the hips out, stretching it out. Drop the shoulder. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Okay, back onto the mat. Well, hopefully you were in that position. Tap the tops of the feet. Let's do a few ankle rolls. Keep breathing. Okay, we often focus on the big muscles, the legs, the arms, the core, but our feet and our ankles are very important because they're our foundations. So keep in mind when you lift up into downward facing dog that you're really working through the feet, not just being in down dog, working on lengthening the heels, but spread your toes, spread your fingers, and really work those joints and the ligaments. Breathe. Lifting tailbone high, lengthening heel down. Good, shoulders relax. 2 more breaths. Belly in. Good, and drop those shoulders. Nice, bend the knees. Let's step the feet to the front of the mat or to your hands. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breathe it in. Exhale, release down. 2 more times. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. 1 more. And lower. Good. Open the arms wide. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands back to your heart center. So I'm going to stay sideways. Take your feet a little bit wider. Reach the arms to the sky. Big deep breath in. Open the chest. Elbows to ribs. Breathe it in. Neutral spine. Maybe look to the hands. Exhale. Open wide. Good. Breathe it in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Lifting up tall. Exhale. Inhale. Reach it up 1 more time. Let's dive down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the mat. Into your plank. Let's hold the plank. Let's do a few shoulder taps. So if you're noticing a lot of rocking movement with your body as you do this, take your feet wider. Want a little bit more stability through the core. As you get stronger, your feet they'll come closer in and you'll be able to hold that position. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, lower the knees, chest to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Again, let's look over one shoulder. Working the eyes because that is the sense organ for spring. And over the other side. Good. Sit back into child's pose. Breathe. So want to keep warm internally. So breathe in and out through the nose as much as you can. And if you find that you start breathing through the mouth, your mind may have just wandered. Just come back to the nasal breath. Good. Roll it up. Downward facing dog. Again, work through the feet. Lengthen those heels. And relax the shoulders. On the next breath in, we're going to take right leg to the sky. So reach it tall. Strong hands. Long arms. Good. Right leg lifts up. Hold. Good. Bring the knee to the nose. Curl the spine. Step that foot through. Ground your back foot. Warrior 2. So sink into those hips and relax your shoulders here. Breathe. Hold. 2 more breaths. Let's come into your extended side angle. Now, if there's any shoulder pain, you might prefer to take arm to sky or maybe wrap the arm behind your back. So find what works for you. Twist, open, and hold. Breathe. Strong through those legs. Inhale, slowly come up, reverse your warrior. Breathe. Two more breaths. Hands to the mat. Step back, plank, hold. We do a few more shoulder taps. You're going to get the sun in a moment coming through your screens. Okay, breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Again, we look over one shoulder and then over the other side. Back to center. Child's pose. Good. Roll it back up. Downward facing dog. Let's take the left leg to the sky. Hold your pose. Hamstrings lengthen here. Right heel lengthens down. Left toes reaching to the sky. One more breath. Good. Bring the knee to the nose. Curl the spine. Step that foot through. Ground your back heel. Open up warrior two. And chest and hips sideways. And then gazing over that left hand. Breathe. Holding strong. And we want to build a little heat here as we hold the pose. Different to when we flow in like a vinyasa class. Good. Let's come into your side angle. I'm coming into extended variation. Again, either arm reaches to the sky or feel free to wrap the arm behind the back. Hold that pose. Breathe. Two more breaths. And slowly reverse that warrior. Keep the left knee bent. Extend. Sliding the hand down the leg. Breathe. Good. Inhale, release. Hands back to the mat. Plank. One more. This will be the final one. Shoulder taps. Maybe even by third round, you feel a little bit more active through the core, a bit more stable through those hips. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Right, last one. Chaturanga. And we do one more. Looking over each shoulder, stretching those eyes, and stretching the neck. Over the other side. Child's pose. Pressing the tailbone back and relax those shoulders. Good. Roll it back up. Downward facing dog. This time, inhale, bend your knees, right foot through, left foot to join. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, release, hands down by your side. So we're going to do one more round of our chest opener. So again, reach it nice and tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open wide. Press those hips forward. Contract your buttocks. Inhale, reach it tall. And dive down. Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Into your plank. Feel free to go full plank, full chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Step through. Warrior two. Ground your feet. Hips and chest open. Breathe. Hold. 2 more breaths. Nice. Extended side angle or your variation. Keep breathing. Inhale, reverse that warrior. Reach it up and back. Breathe deeply into those hips. One more breath. Good. Inhale, bring your hands inside of your right foot. Pivot on that front heel and come into wide-legged forward fold. So from here, lower the chest, lower the head, tailbone lifts up, and bring your weight slightly forward. So we're not trying to sink back onto the heels, we're trying to deepen the stretch, inner thighs, backs of those legs. So again, working those meridians, liver and gallbladder. which run up through inner thighs and then side of the body. Good. Come up halfway. Keep one hand to the floor in front of you, or maybe come down onto the forearm and reach your other arm to the sky. So either forearm or to the hand. I'm going to go for the hand today. It feels better for my spine. Breathe. Turning your gaze as much as you can towards the ceiling. And release. Other side. Open up. Breathe. Two more breaths. And release, come back down. Okay, so instead of doing warrior two from the right, what we're going to do, walk the hands down to the back of your mat, pivot that back heel, so the foot comes in, turn the back foot to the back of your mat and come up, warrior two, hold your pose, make your adjustments, breathe. Arms relaxed, so arms active, shoulders relaxed. Hold. Good, reach it to the left, extend, or into your variation of your side angle. Breathe. Inhale, reverse the warrior, and drop into the pose. Still lifting, never collapsing, lengthening up and back. Two more breaths. And again, bring those hands inside of your left foot, pivot around into one more wide-legged fold. This time, grab a hold of either the ankles or the big toe and work the head down, or as I mentioned, grab a hold of those ankles and heels. Shift your weight forward and down. 3 more breaths. Nice. All right, back to center. Let's come down onto the bottoms and bring your legs out in front. Active butterfly, sitting up tall and lifting the knees up and down. Breathe. I'm laughing because I said, oh, the sun's going to come through your screens. That was like half an hour ago. Okay, so lifting the chest, drop those shoulders. 2 more breaths here. Good. And bring the knees to a stillness. Again, we're going to come into a spinal twist. So there's a few variations depending on how tight you feel this morning or today's practice. Keeping the feet and the leg apart is an easier variation. You hug the knee and look over the back shoulder. So that's option 1. Option 2 is you take the foot over the thigh, a little bit deeper of a twist. And then option 3 is you bring heel to bum and foot stays over the thigh. Now, if your butt is lifting, I'll just turn around a little, and you're doing this, drop the butt down. Again, lift and twist. So any of those 3 variations. Come into the pose. Inhale, lifting. Again, try to be nosy. Look over the back shoulder. One more breath. And gently release. Let's change sides. Shake it out if need be. And try to maintain the same variation as you did on one side over to the other. Again, so inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Again, keep both buttocks down. Breathe. Two more breaths. Great. All right, release back to center. Shake it out. Let's roll onto the back. Knees to chest and rock side to side. So it wouldn't be a bit of spring without some core. Okay, get that empowerment. This is about the solar plexus, so that's why there is a bit of focus on the core. So elbows wide, hands behind your head. Take your legs to the sky. Now, if you need a bit more back support, feel free to bend your knees. Otherwise, the legs are nice and long. Lower one leg to the floor and then back up. Good. Control and then swoop back up. Control, swoop back up. Control, swoop back up. Good. Now, if you're finding this is a bit much for you, you can always do this with knees bent and then toe tap, but keep that lower back pressed into the floor. So this is a modification, especially those of you with any back issues. Otherwise, extend, keep the lower back pressed into the floor. Good. Do one more round to each side. And now we're going to add a twist. We're going to release the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Lower the right leg down. Right elbow, left knee. Leg up, head back down. So we twist into scissor. So one elbow is always on the floor. Good. And you lift your chest up. Good. Twist. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, keep that elbow down, and 1. Nice, hug it in, and rock side to side. Okay, last pose here. Either legs to the sky, relax if you're able to, or we just shuffle down onto the mat a little. Come into your plow pose. So shoulders away from your ears. And feet over your head. Now I've gone for an arm bind. I find that helps get my shoulders a bit more into alignment. But your hands for more back support, place them gently onto that lower back. Breathe. A few more breaths. And then when you're ready to release, either bring the hands back onto the back or hands down, and slowly, with control, roll the spine down. Hey, give your legs a bit of a shake out. Maybe turn the head a little side to side. And let that energy become nice and still. Breathe. Just let that energy find its harmony. And whilst you are relaxed, you are also energized. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. So as you lie here, now start to bring your attention to the belly. Imagine a flame deep in the belly. And as you breathe, it starts to become stronger and more powerful and bigger. This is your power center. So your willpower, your joy, your happiness, and your will to act and do things. On your goals, on your visions, on your dreams. Allow that flame to start burning brightly, bigger and more whole. Good. Now that flame goes beyond just the belly. It moves all the way through your whole body like a flush of energy, of electricity, circuiting all the way through and around you. Up to the toes, up to the head, to your fingers, and then to your toes. Let everything circle around. So spring, time for change, time for transition, and time to start putting that action towards your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. Balanced and grounded and ready for what lays ahead. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, keep shining your light bright. Keep being who you are. Thank you and namaste.